Hi there, I'm John Ward, Principal and SME for Cloud at Fortinet. It's without a doubt that COVID has escalated the urgency to pursue digital transformation, and this may have left many in no man's land with their implementations as well as visibility. Digital transformation has also left us open to new attack surfaces that most didn't foresee, things like cloud management APIs, interconnects, containers, and of course orchestrators. With the new threats, we are also exposed to new methods of exploitation that are difficult to overcome. Things like bots with attack frameworks to work out very quickly what you are vulnerable to, multi-layered strategies, attacks hidden inside that encrypted traffic that you don't inspect, and of course those endless streams of zero-day vulnerabilities, or maybe ones that your vendor hasn't patched for years. Cloud computing leads to new security challenges too. Things like, how do I get cross-platform visibility? How do I know if human error is creeping in my installations? Will I conform to regulatory compliances? Inevitably, with all of the new places and containers in the cloud to store data, how can I keep track of them and audit them? All very interesting questions. Going forward, growing complexity and data storage is going to become a major problem. We will experience challenges when we combine both on-prem and multiple cloud providers, things like visibility and control, hard to manage point products that only serve one purpose, security gaps and hard to identify security failures. Let's not forget our friends the auditors who will be expecting our reports on the services added this morning. The list is long and getting longer. When we are dealing with the cloud, people forget that they are responsible for everything in the cloud. The provider is responsible for the security of the cloud, not your data or application, only their platform. Fortinet's offerings cover everything from connecting to, protecting, and delivering from the cloud. FORTICWP and CASB protect the cloud. The FortiGate and the FortiWeb secure our access to the applications in the cloud. FortiCWP and CASB provide platform security for the devices and the infrastructure in the cloud. Many threat vectors can infiltrate the cloud infrastructure that you deploy, coming from applications with insufficient protection to threats coming from your own on-prem environments. This is a high-level overview of how the FortiCWP and CASB interact through API-based integrations. FortiCWP has integrations with major public cloud providers, AWS, Azure, and GCP, and provides visibility and insights across these clouds. The CASB has integrations with the SaaS applications on the right and provide visibility across the users, applications, and data. CASB also has the integrations with AWS, Azure, and GCP to monitor the data stored and scan for malware or sensitive content. So, you might be asking, what is CWP? CWP provides visibility in the environment in a single UI, visualizing security posture, configuration, and activity across clouds. It provides automation and remediation policies to automate alerts and trigger actions based on security events. CWP also supplies compliance discovery and reporting. The solution has use cases in risk management, threat detection, data security, traffic analysis, and compliance reporting. CWP is a zero-install cloud-based solution that interoperates with the cloud vendor's API calls to provide a single pane of glass for all events, covering risk, data security, threat detection and response, compliance, and traffic analysis with investigation. Let's briefly look into these use cases and drill down into them. I think by now everyone's heard of MageCart. CWP's AV engine will detect the code. This will scan the JavaScript files to detect attackers laying in wait. Onto our use case for risk management. The challenges are explosions of data, expanded attack surfaces, complexity leading to errors, and of course proliferation of privileged users. The solution in this instance is FortiCWP. It provides continuous configuration assessments, it monitors user and entity behavior and analytics called UEBA, scans for malware and sensitive content with DLP, hundreds of risk assessment policies, security risk scores for monitored accounts, and of course integrates with FortiGuard IOC and anti-botnet databases for added protection. Also provides all of these details in a consolidated graphical user interface on a single pane of glass. In the use case for threat detection and response, our challenges are new vulnerabilities daily, expanded attack surfaces, thousands of new apps, proliferation once more of privileged users. With CWP, we can monitor the user and entity behavior, scan for malware-sensitive content, extensive threat protection policies for access activity and, of course, abnormal traffic, integrate with the FortiGuard IOC antivirus and anti-botnet DBs, Be aware of ransomware encrypted file through detection. Also, actionable alerts with specific guidance. This too portrayed in a single pane of glass. Right, on to our next use case, data security. Once more, the challenges are explosion of data, cloud storage not always secured, malware may hide in the cloud storage, and of course sensitive data in the cloud equals compliance violation, also equals big fine. The solution, FORTICWP once more. We'll have policies to scan for common patterns of driver's license, credit cards, email addresses, etc. Create custom patterns on demand, scans on demand and or on access, and of course, malware scan backed by FortiGuard services that had come to be trusted on the FortiGate. Once more, also portrayed on a decent GUI in one pane of glass. For the use case of traffic analysis, which is also investigation and of course native cloud forensics, generally the challenge is unprotected workloads, gaps in network security policies, lack of visibility of cloud resource traffic patterns, and of course difficult to inventory the cloud assets and or resources. Once more, FortiCWP to the rescue. We can have traffic maps with traffic risk classifications, visibility into network resource topologies, identify and monitor network traffic, traffic graphs and topology to analyze traffic over time, because that's also very important if you're baselining, and of course drill down capabilities on instant profiles. Forgive me for saying, but yet once more, the solution also contains a graphical user interface, which pulls everything into one pane of glass. Now, one of my favorite use cases is a use case of compliance. Once more, we're hitting the challenge of an explosion of objects to store. Multiple cloud compliances are very hard to verify. Complexity leads to errors, as always. Manually reviewing all of this kind of content is complex and time-consuming. How do we do it? The solution, FortiCWP. We'll have policies for PCI, HIPAA, SOX, GDPR, ISO 27001, and NIST. We'll easily generate compliance reports for you. We'll support multi-cloud environments, which is key. Provide customizable policies depending on what your requirements are. And of course, we'll show and highlight new violation alerts for fast remediation, depending on your platform, maybe even remediate them itself. And of course, where would I be without saying that it provides it all either in a report or on a consolidated view on a screen so that you can see one pane of glass. Shown now, we have the dashboard, which shows you everything in one place. Our next topic for discussion is Container Guardian, which is used inside CWP to protect containers in the cloud environments. Container security is the protection of the integrity of containers. This includes everything from the applications they hold to the infrastructure that they rely on. Container security needs to be integrated and continuous. In general, continuous container security for the enterprise is all about securing the container pipeline and the application, securing the container deployment environments and infrastructure, last but not least, integrating with enterprise security tools, and of course, meeting or enhancing existing security policies that you may have. Gartner predicts that by 2022, more than 75% of global organizations will be running containerized applications in production, up from less than 30% today. And if we look at the benefits, imagine just being able to deploy the application as opposed to having to deploy the operating system underneath the application. That's where the power comes. If we go for a high-level overview, we can see that the CWP Container Guardian integrates from the build stage through the deploy into the customer's repository, then looks at the run, and then of course interrogates the containers, for example, Kubernetes. The values and features of Container Guardian are as follows. To keep container images clean of vulnerabilities, in other words, doing CVE scanning. To keep Kubernetes in good hygiene, for example, CIS scanning. Features within those will be scanning the builds in Jenkins with stop alert when a vulnerability is found, scanning new images in the image repository, and of course alert when vulnerabilities are found. And last but not least, check the CIS benchmarks and alert when recommendations are not followed, i.e., in certain cases, auto-remediation is provided. Okay, on to our takeaway for today's session. So, our CWP offering strengthens the security posture, provides us with great risk management and compliance. Last but not least, extremely important expanded visibility into these cloud environments that we are going to build. So CWP and CASB addresses our customers' lack of visibility concerns by providing a centralized view across their data, resources of applications, and of course, where there may be risks. CWP provides insights into workloads, resources, traffic analysis, and now containers, and CASB provides deeper insights into data and actions of SaaS applications, which will help to strengthen an organization's security posture. Both FortiCWP and CASB help to manage risk across multi-cloud infrastructures by assessing overall risk levels. FortiCWP can detect misconfigurations or vulnerabilities during the software development process and enhances compliance for security best practices during the software development cycle. Both CWP and CASB will scan for malware data-related risks across public clouds, as well as ensuring compliance regulations are being followed. And lastly, the expanded visibility and coverage allows CWP and CASB to better support our customers' needs. FortiCWP's integrations with Jenkins and Kubernetes CIS best practice supports the shift-left best practice of embedding security early in the development cycle, where it should be, and integrations with the latest public cloud services, as well as continuing to expand SaaS applications support for FortiCASB, in addition to its integration with the Fortinet security fabric, provide a broad solution suite for our customers to integrate into their cloud strategies. For Fortinet, I'm John Ward. Thank you for spending time with me, and have a great day.